all you little wing nuts out there. Eric Lehman here. You are watching my YouTube show, which my sentimental thoughts come from my heart. Also, where my mental eyeball shenanigans come from my brain. It's EML77 TV. Episode 586, May the 2nd, 2020, 9:52 a.m. What's going on? Today is supposed to be a very, very beautiful day outside. And it's, I know a lot of y'all thinking, we're not going to have to go outside. And people are afraid of the government and whatnot. Just go outside, just sit on the porch, and just take in the fresh air if you can. And maybe if you have to go out for groceries, something like that, then go out for groceries, Make sure you wear a mask in public because the governor, Charlie Baker, has decided to have it required to wear a mask in public, which is fine, You know what's even funny? That if this thing, if we have to do this all the way till, like, say, October, and the end of October, we don't have to worry about what we're going to be for Halloween because we're all going to be ninjas, That's what the face mask remind me of, ninjas. The only downside of the face mask is it makes my ears way too big. It's like a Spock or something like that because the handles on the side. Maybe I have to adjust them. I don't know. So I'll worry about that when I have to go out again. And that's why I've been doing a lot of grocery shopping as of late. I'm trying to make sure that I keep things steady for the next a couple of weeks or so when it comes to food supply and all. So I had to be very, very careful. And I forgot a few things, and I may have to go back to Walmart to get them and all and whatnot. It's been, if you go in the morning, it's going to be pretty crazy. That's why I try to go late morning, early afternoon. That's when, things settle down a little bit out there and and all that good stuff. So let's see what happens, okay? So there's that. So, we have, 16 more days of this whole thing left. And unless the governor decides to extend it. So we'll see what happens in that department. For right now, we're just going to kick back, relax, and just do the thing, okay? Just, a lot of people have been struggling with it, obviously. We've seen lots of protests and strikes and all this good stuff. And I can understand why, this whole thing is getting to everybody. It's more like, the downside of this whole thing is like it's getting to everybody from a mental standpoint and all. And I can understand that, I know it's like keep ourselves safe and all that. And, it's a very complicated thing, like confusion. There's a lot of confusion going on in today's world and today's society and all that. So, whose side are we on and all that good stuff? Who knows? I worry about it myself, but, I know I'm in God's hands and that's all that matters to me. I know that God's going to handle it and got a full-on handle on things and he'll get us through. And that's what I believe in. Well, but today we're going to celebrate a birthday despite all this. I figured today is the birthday of one of my favorite all-time favorite WWE superstars in the company's history. And also he's my all-time favorite Hollywood actor, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Today he's 48 years old. I want to wish Mr. Johnson a very happy birthday. I hope you are celebrating it with your family, and I'm praying that your birthday hits the bullseye. And God's blessings and love towards you and your family. I'm a big fan of The Rock since he debuted in WWE back in Survivor Series 1996. I'm part of Mark Merrill's team when he was teaming up with Barry Windham, a.k.a. The Stalker at the time, and Jake the Snake Roberts. And it was down between him against the team of Triple H, Eddie King Lawler, Goldust, and Crush. And it was down between him, Goldust, and Crush, and he beat both of them to be the sole survivor of that team. 4 months later, I think the officials were very impressed with him in the ring, that he got a shot at the Intercontinental title against then Hunter Hearst Helmsley, the guy who would be known as Triple H, and defeated Triple H for that title. And he defended it until he lost to Owen Hart in April of 97 and suffered an injury and came back to be a member of the Nation of Domination. And in early 98, he became the leader of the Nation of Domination. In fact, the night after WrestleMania, that's what happened. And then they started a feud with D-Generation X, and Then The Rock lost the title to Triple H in a ladder match at SummerSlam '98, and went on to and The Rock traded the title beforehand with Stone Cold Steve Austin. So there's that, and also then later on in '98 in the Deadly Game Tournament and Survivor Series, The Rock won the title due to a little shenanigans by the McMahon family, and the McMahon family formed a corporation with him as their building block, as their foundation. And then in 1999, he left the corporation and went out on his own and became one of the most popular WWE superstars during the Attitude Era. And to me, The Rock, when he cuts the promos, man, they're funny as heck, and makes fun of a lot of people, and just says some stuff, and you're like, what? He said that. And he's the only person who can trash talk the Undertaker and get away with it. Like, you don't trash talk the Undertaker. You trash talk the Undertaker and disrespect him, you're liable to get your rear end kicked in one way or the other by the dead man. But The Rock, he never backed down from a challenge, and that's the thing is, The Rock talks the talk and walks the rock. He's got the resume to back it up. He's a former WWE World Heavyweight Champion, a former Intercontinental Champion, a former Tag Team Champion. He became Tag Team Champion with Mick Foley in the summer of '99. Late summer of '99, again, defeating The Undertaker in a big show in Boston, Massachusetts. I remember that, and I was really excited for him because The Rock was officially a Triple Crown champion when he became the tag team champion for the first time in his career, which is really, really cool. And he went on to be one of the most popular superstars ever. So popular, Saturday Night Live called him to be a host, and extended his acting and comedy chops. He starred in The Scorpion King, and before you know it, he came back, helped out the WWE defeat the Alliance of WCW, ECW. And then, after capturing the title again in late 2003, he lost the title in SummerSlam 2004 to Brock Lesnar. And then he went on to do movies. He came back in 2011 to host WrestleMania. He feuded with John Cena, which was a lot of fun. He feuded with CM Punk. He grabbed the title again there. It's amazing how The Rock's career has been so awesome. And then he's in Hollywood. He's doing his thing. He's lifting weights and, starting all sorts of movies, Fast and Furious, Hobbs and Shaw. I can go on and on. But The Rock is my all-time favorite WWE superstar. All time. Past, present, and future. That's what I mean by all time. The Rock is the man. That's what I'm going to say. With all due respect to Becky Lynch, The Rock is the man. The Rock is. Becky Lynch got an endorsement from him. She got an endorsement from Stone Cold Steve Austin. When you get an endorsement from those two guys and get the rub with those two guys and John Cena, you're going to go places. That's what Becky Lynch is at right now. And I think personally, it's going to help her career a lot. But because of what's been going on right now, I think most wrestlers' careers are at a standstill. But we'll see what happens. But, like I said, The Rock has been one to give back. And he's, he gave Triple H a shout out for Triple H's 25 years with the company. Next year will be The Rock. 25 years, since he debuted in the WWE. And it's amazing about how, it's amazing about The Rock's career has, he's done a lot of movies, and it's amazing. He's an amazing guy. He's helps. He goes out of his way to accommodate everybody. He goes out of his way to make people feel good. Make people smile, and that's why I have a lot of respect for. I have a lot of respect for Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. And it's because. And this is the reason why I'm a big fan of his. He helps out people. He's very kind-hearted. He goes out. He's an unbelievable dude. And I personally, I don't know what I'd do if I met him personally. That's what if there's one person that I want to meet, one celebrity I really, really want to meet, and to shake his hand, say I'm a big fan of yours. It's an honor to meet you, and you're the coolest guy ever. You're my favorite, and not worry about flipping out and crying and all that would be Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, because I would say, dude, man, it's an honor. I'd be cool. I would try to be cool as a cucumber. When it comes, I'd be going. Or I could be shocked and go, I just cannot believe you're here, in the flesh and just, alive and living color, as Dusty Rhodes would say. It's unbelievable. So, Yep. So today, it is the second day of May, but it's my first video in May as well. So just to let you guys know what's going on, though. So happy birthday to Dwayne the Rock Johnson, the most electrifying man in sports entertainment today. Oh, and besides, he wrote a book too. The Rock Says. Check out that book as well. If you can't find it in any bookstore, obviously, go online, Amazon, eBay. They may have it. Just type in the Rock Says book or Dwayne the Rock Johnson book. I think you could probably look it up and it'll probably be there. So, because I bought the book at the now defunct Walden Books. So, it's something that never thought possible. And yesterday also marked the first. Yesterday also marked 10 years ago when I got the job working at SMS at the Swansea Mall as well. We'll talk about that. And I remember walking in, in my uniform at Swansea Mall. And this was like my first day on the job, and I was kind of, I admit I was a little bit scared because I didn't know anybody from there. It's like you starting over. I remember first coming in at Ruby Tuesday back in 1995. I was scared. I didn't know anybody except for my friend Jason at the time. He was the one that helped me out a lot. But this time around, I don't have no familiar face to help me out. No familiar, it was when I started, walking in the Swansea Mall. There was no familiar face, brand new people, nobody to help me out. It was kind of scary. It was kind of scary, but I survived it. And then I only worked there for 2.5 months. So it was like basically 2 full months. There in the beginning of July, I ended up getting transferred to the Dartmouth Mall on a full-time basis. In fact, in the middle of June, I started going for both the Swansea and Dartmouth malls. And then when my boss Everett wanted me to work at the Dartmouth Mall full time, I was really looking forward to it because I can work close to home. And if something happened, my father needed a ride to work or something like that, I would get him and all that. And it worked out well in the end. And it worked out well. And to this day, so I'm still part of the company, but I don't know what's going to happen after this whole thing is over. After everything will be reopened, if we're able to do that by May 18th, and we'll see what happens. If the governor decides to extend it, he'll extend it. If not, well, we're going back to work. So we'll see what happens and all that good stuff. And I also downloaded a couple of games for the Nintendo Switch. Down Streets Rage 4 and versus Wrecking Crew. I'm looking forward to do a little bit of Streets of Rage 4 on here for an episode. Get these thumbs one of these days, and I'll probably continue to do the baseball thing because I want to get some sports in here so that we can at least have some fun with the sports, and that's probably one of my faceted goals here, to put some sports in here as well. I'm also waiting for when Sunset Riders is coming out for the Switch as well. I know it's coming out. We don't know when for the Arcade Archives. I should get on Hamster Corporation's butt about that, see what they have to say. So there's that to continue. So it is something that it is something to consider due to all the craziness that we go through and everything else. It's like, okay, what am I going to do now? Oh, stretch. Praise the Lord and stretch. That's what, and, excuse me, praise the Lord. Yeah. And, yeah. Yeah, so I do apologize. And I usually take a shower, run around, last night, but I didn't take a shower, and that's why I'm not, because I don't know what's going on with my family because I got I go upstairs to go to the bathroom, and then my sister and brother-in-law taking a shower. My sister and her husband, my brother-in-law, take a shower, and then I have to wait for a few minutes, and my mother's in the bathroom. It's like, okay, I want to chill out and wait. I'll probably wait till later on tonight to do it. And so today's supposed to be a beautiful day out, near 70 degrees. Problem is this quarantine thing. It's like, can we just go out and just play baseball? Instead of beating here and all that. It's going to get to a lot of people. This is going to get to a lot of people. It's going to drive a lot of folks crazy and everything else in between. And you're like, oh my God, You know, it's like, seriously, somebody help me on this one, okay? No. Um, let's see. Um, what else do I want to talk about? And you know, yeah, and I think since this whole quarantine thing happened, I have not shopped on Amazon or eBay once. I had packages that came in, but I bought those items prior to this whole situation, so I haven't bought anything since then. So Amazon, eBay still up in the air about whether or not I want to get something from there. Do I want to get something from there before something drastic happens and all that? I don't know. So that's something to think about for the next couple of days or so. And I know a lot of people are going crazy. We see a lot of protests happening everywhere, and it's crazy that just obey the government. I know it's not that it's infringing upon our rights and all that. I get it, I understand that. That's why I'm kind of on the fence of whether or not I want to, go out and just gallivant around and just not without any fear, or just stay home and be safe just in case, and just be smart about it. People say, "Oh, it's the media. It's the media. They're scaring us off. It's the Democrats and all that." I'm at that point where I just am sick and tired of politics. Basically, I think politics have ruined our way of life, and not just, I can blame China, the Chinese government. I can blame Xi Jinping and all that, and all those on those people. This is politics have ruined our way of life and the way of thinking. I'm at that point where I just want to call, I got nicknames for the parties. You get the Redumlicans and the Demo Brats, because all they do is argue and fight. Can't make up and measure how they want to run this country. Let's blame Donald Trump. Let's blame everybody else. And it's like, let's blame yourselves. Let's blame ourselves, because we're the ones that treat the environment nice. That's why let's blame the guy that ate a bat. And let's blame. Stop the blame game. Stop the blame game. Just hang in there. Just be patient. I know there's a lot of people out there, they're sick and tired of it. Listen, I'm sick and tired of the whole thing too. But you know what? I'm saying it. I'm sitting here, chilling out, trying not to be super angry about the whole thing. I know there's lots of other issues out there, but there's people being petty online about stupid things. Like, was one person in growing up Power Rangers, and and was giving a shout out to Austin St. John, and Austin St. John was like, one of the best Ranger actors out there, and really cool. But there's another person that wants to talk about Jason David Frank, and I'm like, well, listen, there's people out there that are sick and tired of talking about Jason David Frank. I don't hate Jason David Frank. I think he's cool. I think he's awesome. But let's show some love. Let's give some equal time here. It's all about equal time for the other actors. A lot of people crushing on Amy Jo Johnson in the '90s. Most of the folks that some of the men folks say that, oh, she's their crush. Austin St. John's one of the coolest actors ever, and he was and just and I try to reason with this guy who keeps on blasting Theo. Michael was I forget his last name, but Michael wants to post about Jason David Frank, but Theo is upset about that. I said, dude, what I'm trying to get at here, he said, you're new here. So I'm not new here, but I'm not dumb. Because there's a lot of people out there, Facebook posts, they're sick and tired of talking about Jason David Frank. Yes, he was the Ranger. Yes, he was, the guy who was one of the best Rangers. Yes, he was. And he did everything, But then, let's give other Rangers, including the Super Sentai actors, a shout out. Like Austin St. John did with, Yuta Machizuki, who played Geki in Kyuryo Sentai Zero Ninja. So, and Austin St. John and him had sat down. It was really cool. It was really, really cool. It was a really cool when he talked about it, and he's very respectful and very humble. And I said listen, he may be respectful and humble, but he deserves to get equal love. Like Jason David Frank. I mean, Jason David Frank was very grateful of the time he had with Power Rangers. I can understand that. A lot of people put him on the pedestal, and that was, just like, I'm sure Jason David Frank will probably say, hey, Austin St. John's good too. Why don't you show him some love, I'm sure he appreciates all the love Jason David Frank's been getting, but I think it's about time we showed the other Ranger actors some love as well. So I was trying to get that. I said, hey, back off of Jason David Frank, let him do his thing, and let Austin St. John get some love. And that's what Theo was trying to get at. And I'm, trying to be rational and without resorting to calling names, so that this is what I've been trying to do nowadays on the internet. It's like, dude, some people out there saying so many stupid remarks about anything and everything. I feel like calling this person a name and all that. And I'm like, dude, that's not the time, man. I'm like saying, dude, that's not right. That's very disrespectful. I'm trying to be, trying to be an adult here. So, and I try to respect people, on the internet, especially women, women, there's women in Dolphin. I was like, oh yeah, I like them, but the fact of the matter is this: I gotta respect them because they're people too. It's like, come on, I can easily say, oh, I want to do this with you, do that with you, I love, all that, but, in the back of my mind, listen, I gotta respect them. They're women too. They got feelings. They're human beings. It's something you treat them with respect. And that's what I want to do, is treat people with respect. Yeah, they got nice bodies and all that, but you got to treat them with respect, Try to treat them with respect. You pay them a nice compliment, a respectful compliment, Don't go too far with it, So it's, so that's the way I see things and everything else. So it's like, okay, no big deal. So, let me see. Other than that, that's all I got. That's all I got. Some happy birthday to The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, and some random thoughts here in this first video of May 2020. We're in May. We're in May already, man. I mean, we're closer to summertime, and this could be the worst summer ever, or this could be the best summer ever. How we make it. This summer is how we make of it. If the Wellness Day Festival and the Portuguese Feast will more likely be canceled due to this whole thing, this can be a tough summer for a lot of us out there. But, do I like to see these events still happen? Sure, it's tradition. It's tradition every single year. The Wellness Day Festival to me is tradition. But, the Wellness Day Festival has not been as crowded as much as in years past. But because, the Wellness Day Festival, though, it's on the decline. The reason why nobody's talked a lot about the festival, because it's been on a decline ever since the brawl happened in 2006. I mean, it was 2006 or 2007, I forget. Ever since that brawl had happened, it started to go on the decline, and then we thought, in 2014 it would shut down, but then it would reduce to the Family Fun Festival, and all that. So that's and then just last year we're trying to bring it back to its former glory, and yet a lot of things have changed. So we will see what happens this year because of the requirement to wear a mask and everything else, social distancing and whatnot. How they're going to approach it, and it may be likely to get canceled. If it does, I'm not going. Personally, I'm not going to be very happy about it. But at the same time, it's for understandable reasons. Like same thing with the Portuguese Feast. But the only reason why it is going to be on. I'm going to be on the fence with both of these events. I mean, I love going to these events. I love going there, but with this this whole thing, I can easily say China, the Chinese government has ruined everything. They've ruined our American way of life because they're jealous. They hate us, and they want us to pay for it because we've been buying their stuff and everything else. And I say and I can easily be upset about it and just say you screwed us. We're gonna screw you. I can go off on a rant and all that. I'll probably want to be very happy. I'll be very angry about it, but you know what? It is what it is now. I mean, I feel bad. I mean, it's bad enough. I feel bad for the high school students that don't get a proper high school graduation because of that. Their school year has been cut short because of this whole thing. And it is, I can be very, I'm upset for them because I'm sure that, some friends of mine who got their kids graduating and all that, and I feel, my heart goes out to them, It's, people say, say, like, again, we're going back to the blame game. Is it blame the media, blame the politicians, blame the Chinese government. Blame, let's blame Donald Trump. Let's blame everybody. But we got to look inside our hearts, and maybe it's our fault. It's our fault the way we behave, the way we act in this country. Maybe this whole thing is a punishment of sorts. Some form of punishment, the way we disrespected one another, the way we treat one another, the way we treat, our governments, the way we treated, God, the way we treated each. This could, even families, and this could straighten straighten us out, and hopefully change our hearts and attitudes. You know what I mean? Either way, I'm just saying, it is not that easy, and it's never, like I said, it's never been easy to deal with something like this, and everybody's gone crazy. Everybody wants to bust heads and all that, and I'm gonna say, and we're required to wear a mask in public, which is fine, But the funny joke about the whole thing is, if this whole thing goes until October, we don't have to worry about what we're going to be for Halloween, because we're all going to be ninjas. What's going to happen if it goes all the way to the end of this year? We have Thanksgiving, we have Christmas, we get New Year's Eve to worry about, and I know what you guys thinking. We don't want to think months down the road. We want to think about the here and now. Like say same thing with the WEML-TV Festival and the Portuguese Feast, and all those things are, like I say, a lot of people say, oh, they're going to get canceled, but those things are down the road. A couple of months now, hopefully things will change by then. You know what I mean? It's something that we have to consider. I know, but a lot of people out there are being very stubborn, being very upset, saying this is infringing our rights. It's something more sinister at work here. We will see what's going on, and. We just cannot worry. We just cannot wait. We just gotta do what we gotta do. Okay. So just hang in there, folks. We can get through this, and that's all I got to say on that. And I don't know what to tell you guys. Lots of possibilities and lots of things happening. So we'll just keep praying, trust God, and just hang in there. That's all we need to do. Have faith. And if you guys don't believe in God and don't believe in the power of prayer and all that, just close your eyes and think good thoughts and think good vibes and think of those you love and think of those who love you, and that's the most important thing to do. Think positive as well. A little prayer, a little faith, a little positivity. We'll get through this okay. Don't go crazy. Don't go do anything rash. Just use your head. My father usually tells me, use your head. Don't do stupid things. Sometimes we gotta do that. All right. So that's all the time we have on this show. Episode 586. Happy birthday, Rock, and random thoughts of May is my random thoughts in May. That's my my title. Money in the Bank is coming up this coming weekend. Next weekend, I'm going to make my picks and predictions for that, because that's what I'm going to do. So. We know Pressure Luck is coming at the end of the month. Sunday, May 31st. I'm looking forward to it. I don't know when Sunset Riders for the Switch is coming out. And definitely get that. And we will see. We will see what's going to happen. Am I going to do another Get These Thumbs? I'll probably do more Get These Thumbs and see what happens, okay? I want to thank you guys for coming in and having fun. And listening to what I have to say. And I'm hoping to... bring you more episodes, okay? I'll see you in episode 587. This is Eric Lemus signing off. And episode 586. Peace, love, and coolness. All right? Have fun. Go out your day. And for my local friends, it's a beautiful day outside. Go out and enjoy the weather. And you don't have to worry about going to the beach or anything like that. Just sit in your front porches or in your backyards and just go and listen to the lovely birdies flying in the air, and the dogs barking, and the kids running around, acting like news. And just chill out. Or if you have to, just chill on your own time. Keep the kids busy watching a movie or something like that. I know it gets a little crazy, but sometimes we need to be chilling like villains, man. All right, I'll see you guys later. Have a good day.